guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan. If you're new here, today's video is going to be a 3-in-1. We're going to have a foundation, wear test, and review of the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder Foundation, as well as a demo and overview of the new Pat McGrath Divine Bronzers and the Haus Lab Color Fuse blushes. So if you're interested in my thoughts, keep on watching. Alright guys, so my skin is already moisturized. I don't have any primer on because I want to see the blurring properties that the powder claims to have. So that's what we're going to go with today, just moisturizer. I'm going to start off with my concealer first because we're using a powder and my concealers are liquids. So I'm going to use two different concealers today, of course. So I'm going to be going in with the Best Skin Ever concealer from Sephora collection, just to give me a bit of coverage, and then I also want a highlighting concealer. So this is just going to be our regular. I'm not putting too much because I want to see the coverage that the foundation powder has too. This is the Sonia G Classic Base brush from the Fusion collection. I'm trying to get my lighting together, so please excuse the lighting for now. I need to figure it out. Plus I'm kind of blind, so I can't really see. So for my highlighting concealer, I'm going to be going in with the KVD Dead Apple Concealer in Tan 173. So let's get into some information about the foundation powder. This is what the unicorn looks like. So your typical Makeup Forever packaging that they're doing now. The shade that I have is 4N68. And then this is what the component looks like. I like the little swatch indicator that the foundation has, like a gradient from like light to dark. Really like it. So yeah, this is the compact. I don't know why they changed this powder, because this powder is pretty good. Did they change it because of the names? Because they're changing over to this like neutral red yellow color name situation. I don't know, but anyway, that's what the powder looks like inside the compact, and then it comes with this sponge that fell out. So the powder retails for $43. It claims to be a lightweight, medium to full coverage powder foundation that blurs the look of imperfections and mattifies for up to 24 hours for a natural, real skin finish. It has something called a trio blur complex that visibly reduces, the appearance of texture immediately and for up to 24 hours. It also... Okay, so this is what they changed about it. So it says that this powder is back with an even silkier texture that melts into skin for undetectable all-day wear with no caking or creasing. It provides customizable coverage and is more versatile than ever. You can use it as a buildable foundation, setting powder, or for touch-ups. Ooh. Okay, the waterproof and sweat-proof formula also locks in hydration for maximum comfort. That's good to know. How many shades does this thing come in? 32 shades. So yeah, it comes in 32 shades. So let's just go ahead and put this on. Do I want to use the sponge that it comes with to put it on, or do I want to like, yeah, let's do one side with the sponge and then one side with a brush. Why not? Oh, wait. The sponge has two different sides to it. Does it tell you what each side of the sponge does? Let me go check Makeup Forever's website because I'm on Sephora right now. Oh, okay, so the difference is that the formula is now clean. Okay. And it's supposed to be smoother, of course. And then they changed the names to verify the undertones. So R for red, Y for yellow, N for neutral. It don't tell me nothing about the sponge though. Sponge. Okay, it's supposed to be one swipe coverage for the sponge. But why does it have two different sides, Makeup Forever? See, this is when I miss working at Sephora, because we used to get trained on this stuff and it told you why but it's okay. So one of the sides is like more soft and velvety, and then the other side is like your typical spongy side. So this is probably the side that's going to give you more full coverage, and then the velvety side is probably going to be a little bit more blurring. But who knows? I'm just making up stuff at this point. So let's zoom in. Let's do this side with the sponge. And it says supposed to be one swipe. Okay, it's matte. That's what we're looking like. Yes and no. I don't like the sponge. Okay, let's go with the brush. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it seems like it's just gonna take forever and I just don't have the time. I'm gonna go in with a Wingos Edit brush. This is the number 2. Powder. I'm just doing one side so I can see what the coverage looks like and the finish. Okay, it has nice coverage and it's definitely blurring, but there we go. You can see the blur to the skin. It's just a little too matte for me, personally, because you know I have dry skin. So I like my skin to have a glow. Okay, so this is what complexion is looking like so far. It looks good. It's just a little flat for me right now. I'm going to see if I can put concealer on top of this because I feel like I need a little bit more coverage right here. Or let's go in with actually the powder. My little puff pad that I like to use. Picking up some of the powder. And let's just place it under the eyes because you can use it as a setting powder. Okay, there we go. That's pretty. Alright, so I just did my brows off camera. We have more items to test out today. Might as well just do it in one video, right? Alright, so you guys. I have so much makeup. It's ridiculous. Oh Lord. Alright, so Pat McGrath came out with bronzers. Finally. Bronzers. Okay, so I picked up 2 shades. I got the Duo from her website. They are coming to Sephora, so if you want to hold off until the savings event, I would recommend that you do so. But yes, 2 different shades. So this was Duo number 8, I believe. So I have the Divine Bronzers in Burnished Honey and Bronze Mahogany. So let's look at what it looks like. So Unicorn is your like typical Pat McGrath Unicorn. This one is more pink for the bronzer. You know, the blushes are like more purple. And then it's just your typical Pat McGrath compact that the blushes come in too. But this is what Burnished Honey looks like. Ooh, so pretty. It's more red. You know, I like a red bronzer. I'm gonna put a lot of powders on today. And then this is Bronzed Mahogany. So definitely deeper. I want to really try both for you guys, but I'm going to work, so it's okay. We're going to try both. Let's do that. This is the Wingos Edit number 1 brush. Alright, let's go in with Burnished Honey. I should just put it on one side, right? I'll put Burnished Honey over here. Oh, that's pretty. It's pretty. Hold on. Okay. Hold up. This is really pretty. It has that red tone that I personally like. I'm probably going to use both. I'm going to use both on each side. But let me just show you what this color looks like on my skin tone first. Beautiful. I like the warmth that I'm getting from this. I'm just using one side of the brush because I'm going to flip it and use the other side. And some down the nose. Yes. I like it. I'm just gonna use the other side of the same brush with the bronze mahogany. Ooh, this is deeper. Hold up, wait a second. This is the last shade though. Pat. That's pretty too. I'm building it up just to see how deep it gets. Keep in mind this brush is pretty fluffy though. Alright, bronze mahogany. Burnished honey. They both look good. They both look good. You can see that this has a little bit more warmth to it, which this one is a little bit more neutral. My only concern is the depth of the shade. This is the last shade, the bronze mahogany. I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's that deep. And you know, a lot of us are big collectors, big fans of Pat McGrath. I expected a little bit more from the shade range. I'm not gonna lie. I think it comes in 8 shades. Let's get the details since we're here doing a little demo review. I think it comes in 8 shades. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, not gonna lie. But the formula, it's nice. It blends very well. Okay, oh, it's on Sephora already. It launched on Sephora already. A couple of shades. Mahogany. Is it only, no, hold on. Why are all the shades not on Sephora? That's so weird. Did they accidentally drop it? Or did Sephora just buy a couple of shades? Yeah, it comes in 8 shades, retails for $36. $36? $39. Retails for $39, comes in 8 shades. It's supposed to be blendable, lightweight. Supposed to be designed to give a sun sculpted definition that leaves the skin perfected and blurred with a natural radiant glow. Do I feel glowy? Not necessarily, but I do have on the powder foundation, so that could just be what's doing it, but it's not, you know, chalky or anything, which I like. So I'm just gonna go ahead with the burnished honey on this side just to be cohesive. I do like both colors, and I think that I would get use out of both of them actually, if I'm being honest. I like both colors. It just depends on what you like. If you want a little bit more red to your bronzer, or if you want a little bit more of a neutral tone to give you more of a sculpt effect. I tend to like give definition anyway with like a cream. So oh, I'm going in with the bronzed mahogany on this side now. Why does my brush feel wet? What did I do? Oh, I have a drink right here, so some of the water condensation came down. All right, you guys. So this is what we're looking like right now. I'm gonna put on blush next. I have foundation or concealer on my hand, and I have on a white top. And I'm over here just moving all willy-nilly with the white top. But yeah. Cute. I like it. Only thing is the depth of the shade range. I wish it went a little bit deeper for darker skin. Auntie Pat. That's all. Alright then, let's go in with blush next. I've had these forever as well. These are the Haus Labs Color Fuse blushes. So I have two different colors. I have Acai, is it Acai or Acai? I don't know. Acai Sky and Watermelon Bliss. Oh my god. Let's open it. It's so funny. I am funny. Okay, not funny. But I've been setting on all this makeup. But you guys, as you can see, I moved. So I moved. And then on top of that, what is that sound? All right, so I moved, and then on top of that, you guys, I went to a function with my best friend. We went to Club Renaissance, right? We was dancing all the Beyonce songs. And I mentioned it to you guys before, but I have really low iron. Anyway. I passed out in the function. Your girl been going through it. So, yeah, I've been, like, drained. Okay, sick. And then on top of that, I had to move. So, yeah, nah. So, these are the colors. Watermelon Bliss. Ooh. And Acai Sky. I want Watermelon Bliss today. I'll swatch it for you guys, and I'll put it on in another video, but I'm not putting on two blushes today. Sorry. So Watermelon Bliss, I think y'all really want to see this anyway on dark skin. Look how pigmented. This is a Refer number 19. Child, let me wipe some of that off. Hold on. Why did I pick so much blush up? What is wrong with me? We're gonna blend that out. But anyway, the compact is so pretty. There we go. Pay attention to this side. I'll go fix the other side. Ooh, she's so pretty. The formula is nice. It blends really nicely. Everything is blended very nicely. I feel like my cheeks look pretty blurred. Ooh. Ooh. I need some highlighter though, I ain't gonna lie, because it's too much powder. Alright. I'm going with this Sonia G brush that I accidentally used on this side when I was supposed to be using the wing off brush. But yeah. There we go. Blend that out. And then bronzer brush just to refine bronzer. Beautiful. Okay, skin. Alright, I'm gonna have inserts of swatches of both the bronzer, comparing it to other bronzer, powder bronzers that I have in my complexion. And I'll also swatch the blushes as well so you can see the two colors on my skin tone. Also comparing it to colors that I think might be similar in my collection. So yeah, girl, I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and I'm gonna come back and show you what everything is looking like. Alright guys, excuse the background noise. My kid is watching TV. But the phone is like autofocusing. Anyway, so I have swatches. This is the foundation powder. As you can see, like, so you have a better understanding of where the shades are. But this is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. This is definitely blended into my arm. And my arm is a little bit lighter than my face, so you can see that color, but that looks perfect on the arm. Next, I have the Fenty, like right there. That one is a little bit warmer. That's 420. And then beside that is the One Size powder. You can see the blurring effect of the powders. I think that's what is really like affecting the camera. But yeah, the One Size powder here. This is in dark 2. Yeah, these colors are pretty similar to one another though. And as you can see, they're like pretty good shade matches for me. So yeah, you can tell that this is a little bit more neutral, but it blends into the arm. So if you guys wear any of those shades, that's the shade comparison, even though you really can't see it. But you can definitely see in the blurring properties of each powder. That one size, doesn't that look so blurring? Oh my gosh. Okay, so here are the swatches of some bronzers. These two are the Pat McGrath ones. So starting off with Burnished Honey, then we have Bronze Mahogany. The one beside Bronze Mahogany is the Dior Deep Bronze. Then this is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer number 4. Beside that, we have the Haus Labs Deep Level 10 Bronzer. This one right here is Colored Rain Naughty Spice. And then beside that, with a little bit of sheen that you see, is the Kosas Deep Bronze. And then last but not least is the Gucci Soleil Bronzer number 5. So overall tones. Burnished Honey is actually just very unique in its undertone. As you can see, it's really more red, whereas the rest of them, they have that brown depth to it. But Burnished Honey is like, okay, warmth. Okay, so here are swatches of the color fused blushes. The first one is Acai Sky, and then the second one is Watermelon Bliss. I really don't have any powder blushes that are comparable to these colors. Cream blushes, yeah, but it's not really the same thing. So I just wanted to show you guys what that looked like. Very pigmented formula. So this is my first makeup look. I just went ahead and just did an all matte look using my Velvet Liaison palette from Pat McGrath. Lashes I have on are Faithfull lashes in the style Kindnesd, and then a wing liner. I don't have mascara on. I need to put mascara on. But for my lip, I have on Chestnut from MAC, Velvet Affair lipstick from Lisa Eldridge, and then on top of that, gloss from the Lip Bar. The gloss is Game Changer. This one here. So, yeah, this is what everything is looking like. Okay, the foundation powder. I think it's a little ashy. Like, it's a little flat. I don't know if you can tell. The lighting is kind of off too. But it's just, it's a little flat for me. A little neutral. I don't think I would use it as a all-over foundation powder personally. Just my preference. Maybe an under eye touch of powder, or like a finishing powder all over. That's what I would use it for. Bronzer blends very nicely. Like I mentioned before, I just feel like the shades need to be extended a little bit more, and the blush is very pretty. I love the blush. It is beautiful, but I'll try to get a look of what this foundation looks like in natural sunlight so that you guys can see what I'm talking about, where I say it's a little flat. And then I will also, what else would I also do? Keep you updated on how the foundation powder wears, so that you guys can have an understanding of how it wears on ultra dry skin. So yeah, the overall look is nice. I think that the foundation is pretty blurring. It looks really good on the skin. It doesn't look heavy or cakey like some foundation powders can look. So yeah, don't mind me. I don't feel that good, like I mentioned before. But yeah, let me go ahead and put on some highlighter. That's what I said I was gonna do. Highlighter and mascara. So mascara, I'm gonna use the One Size Fantasize mascara while I'm here. My eyes are watering already. I'm telling you, spring allergies. Okay, and then highlighter. That's what I said, right? I'm going to use this Glow Backstage palette that is not available anymore. Sorry. But they have number 1 and number 2 still available, which are pretty as well. But I just need a little bit of glow to my skin. I really want to spray my face, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm just mixing all the colors together. This is number 5. And then just a little on my nose. Now this is the finished makeup. Alright guys, it's the end of the night. I've had my makeup on for 11 hours and this is what everything is looking like. It actually looks really good. It is pretty blurring. I don't think it looks cakey or chalky, or it's settling like some powders can look on the skin at the end of the day. Like, it really looks pretty natural on the skin, which I like. I'm not mad at it at all. I feel like it's still blurring. I am starting to get a bit of settling in my smile lines, but that's pretty normal for me. And then also, you know, here in the expression lines, a little bit settling as well. But other than that, this is pretty. I like the finish of it a lot. It's not overly matte. At first, I thought it was a little flat and it was going to be like dry and matte, but it's not doing that, which I'm really happy about. I will say though that I feel like the shade is a little bit neutral, like around my mouth where I'm a little bit darker in complexion. So that's the only thing. Like, as a foundation powder, I don't think the color is like perfect. As you can see though, like throughout the day as it settled down and my oils came through, the color is not looking as like chalky as I thought it was looking earlier in the day. I still feel like it could be a little bit warmer on my complexion. That's just the way I feel. But other than that, I like it. I feel like this powder I will use more as a finishing powder for like my overall complexion if I want a little bit more of a blurring appearance, a little bit more of a matte appearance. During the summertime, I tend to put a little bit more powder on. And if I want to touch up, I feel like this powder will be really good. I actually really like it under my eyes as well. I think it, you see? Yeah, it set the concealer pretty well. I didn't use any loose powder at all. I think it did a really good job. So I like it. I think it's a really good powder. It's not as different from the original formula. You know, they love to change things, but I feel like it's still doing what it needs to do. The matte velvet formula is still great. So I'm not mad at it at all. If you guys wore the original matte velvet powder in the shade Y505, it's supposed to be the same as this, the 4N68, or am I tripping? Like, I think you can fit in a couple of shades, 4N68, 4N62, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know which shade works better for you and how do you feel about the shades. But yeah, you guys, that's it. That's my thoughts on the foundation. I like it. So everything will be linked down in the description box down below if you're interested in trying anything out. If you're new here, hi, I am Jordine. I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.